The students in your class are reluctant to write, and they may even say that they hate writing. How do you change that around and get them excited about it? That's what we're talking about in this video. Hey everyone, I'm Lee Hall from Literacy Teachers, and I'm all about helping you inspire, motivate, and change how your students read and write for academic success. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is the place to come for tips and advice and to get your questions answered about literacy instruction that can improve your students' academic achievement. So today we're talking about reluctant writers. And previously, earlier this week, we talked about reluctant readers. And you're going to have a card pop up in the upper, I believe it's left-hand, right-hand corner. I think it's the upper right-hand corner. That will link you to a video that I did with Daria Plum, a high school English teacher, who shares with you her strategies and approaches to working with reluctant readers. And a lot of what she said can be applied to reluctant writers as well. So the first thing with reluctant writers, just as it is with reluctant readers, is to know that we're not necessarily talking about a lack of skills. They might need more skills to enjoy writing better, but they might not. They might have a really strong base of skills and just really not like writing, okay? So just as with reluctant readers, with reluctant writers, we want to change the experience, right? And if you watch Daria's video, one of the things that she talked about is how a lot of these students are just inexperienced with reading. And the same thing that can be true, with writing. They just are inexperienced, or they've had a lot of negative experiences. So what we want to do for them is change the experience, okay? You want to create positive writing experiences for your students. Find out what is something that they last wrote that they enjoyed. I don't care if it was a thank you card. Find out something they wrote that they enjoyed, okay? And find out something that they'd be interested in writing about, all right? And one way to do this is to make their writing authentic. And when I say make their writing authentic, I mean give them actual purposes for writing beyond simply getting a grade in your class. So let me give you an example. When I taught middle school, we had to teach persuasive essay writing. Now, one way to do that is through current events, but another way to do that is to think about all teenagers have something they're trying to get an adult to buy them, right? Or take them to, right? Something they want, okay? That their parents have all said no to, all right? So it could be going to Disney World or Six Flags or, buying a new comic book. What I would tell my students is it has to be something that makes sense. So you can't be 13 years old and trying to convince your parents to buy you a new motorcycle, all right? You can't legally own a motorcycle. And then we would develop we would learn persuasive techniques so that when they wrote the essay, they were writing a convincing argument to try to get their parents to purchase something for them or give them some sort of experience, whatever, accomplish an objective that they wanted, okay? So all the techniques that they're learning, all the tools for what makes a persuasive essay, yes, it was getting a grade, but it had a bigger purpose than that, right? It was being used for something in their life. So when we talk about making writing authentic, we talk about finding an audience, finding a purpose beyond simply getting a grade. So if you can find a purpose for writing beyond getting a grade, you can get students that are reluctant about writing really excited and wanting to engage with it. All right, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can catch all of my videos, and head on down to the comments and let's talk about the challenges that you face in getting your reluctant writers to write and the successes that you've had. Let's share these stories and support one another as you inspire, motivate, and change how your students read and write for academic success.